What a beautiful punch. It really is. And also with Amir Khan swinging as well, just doubles the effect of the power as well. Just swings right into the shot.
The tactics were right, but he couldn't keep him off, could he? And he was put.
All right, hook that wobbles him. Spence might be going down again, and this one is over.
Boxing fans have been screaming for this fight for years. The so-called experts claimed it could never happen. The size gap was too big. The promoters wouldn't risk it. And Canelo Alvarez's power would never cross paths with Terence Crawford's speed and precision. But as Stephen A. told millions, this isn't just another payday fight. This is the kind of matchup that rips through history and changes the sport forever.
I have to say Crawford. If you go down the list and ask me about tactical advantages, most of them are Crawford. What Canelo has is size.
The whispers around boxing aren't whispers anymore. They're war drums. Everyone's talking. What happens if Canelo and Crawford actually touch gloves? The hype isn't hype. It's fear, it's tension, and it's the unknown. Fans know it. Fighters know it. The promoters know it. For Canelo, this isn't just about another paycheck. This is about pride. He's the Mexican warrior who's built his legacy by fighting killers, one after another. But this fight could define him. If he wins, his critics shut up forever. If he loses, his throne crumbles.
A seismic, titanic shot, and the right uppercut. Oh my goodness. That is the right uppercut that broke.
And Crawford? He's not chasing money. He's chasing respect. People said he was too small, too slick, too technical. But every time he steps in the ring, he makes legends look ordinary. Beating Canelo wouldn't just be another win. It would be the exclamation point on his career.
And Spence also has to worry about the fact that he's been through a lot in his life so far. And Crawford, although he also has been really about boxing for a lot of years now. Usually that guy will have the advantage in the moment of truth. And Crawford's always made adjustments. He's probably the best adjusting fighter in the sport.
Stephen A. didn't sugarcoat it. He said, this fight is dangerous. It's risky. It's legacy on the line. And he's right. We're not talking about a cash grab. We're talking about two fighters with everything to lose and nothing to hide behind.
It was a bad matchup for Alvarez, sure. Against Bivol, absolutely. He's much taller. A natural light heavyweight, we got it. And it was not the matchup boxing fans want to see.
Look at the numbers. Canelo's power is real. His body shots feel like bricks. But Crawford's precision? It's surgical. He doesn't waste punches. He dissects you piece by piece until you've got nowhere left to run. That's why this fight has the boxing world on edge.
Speed. You would imagine Crawford, given the fact that he is the naturally smaller fighter, and I would assume he could maintain that.
People love to say Canelo's the bigger man. But remember, size doesn't win fights. Timing, IQ, and willpower do. Crawford's made a career of embarrassing guys who thought they had the advantage, and is daring enough to prove he can do it again.
And Spence also has to worry about the fact that he's been through a lot in his life so far. And Crawford, although he also has been really about boxing for a lot of years now. Usually that guy will have the advantage in the moment of truth. And Crawford's always made adjustments. He's probably the best adjusting fighter in the sport.
The media is split. Some say Canelo knocks him out early. Others say Crawford schools him for 12 rounds. But nobody can agree, and that's exactly why this fight is electric. Nobody's safe with their predictions, because both men can break the script in a second.
68-66, Canelo. He's only 2 rounds old. Saunders
took an awkward step back, and now he's holding on. Chris, your scorecard.
This isn't just Canelo versus Crawford. This is two boxing worlds colliding. Mexican power versus American precision. Pride versus respect. And the outcome? It could change the rankings, the belts, and maybe even the way we define greatness.
Cut that we showed. There the body punches. 28. There is the knockdown scored in round 10 by the champ.
Even the promoters can't fake their excitement. This isn't a fight you can sell with smoke and mirrors. This is real. This is dangerous. And it's the kind of matchup that makes fans remember why they fell in love with boxing in the first place.
Bigger event than what I'm about to tell you, but it reminds me a lot of Marvin Hagler and Roberto Duran, which is largely forgotten among the four kings fights, as they say, but...
Hagler being the aggressor. Hearns working that jab. He has a very quick jab. There's no denying. And he caught Hagler with two good jabs and a right hand that might have hurt Hagler. Tremendous pace in the first round. I expected this, Barry. Both guys are going at it. Hearns getting the better of it right now.
Think about the legacy. If Canelo wins, he cements himself as one of the all-time greats. No arguments. If Crawford wins, he pulls off one of the greatest upsets in modern boxing and forces every doubter to bow down. Either way, history gets made.
That Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When
the pressure isn't just on Canelo and Crawford, it's on boxing itself. The sport has been drowning in fake hype, YouTubers, and circus fights. But this matchup, this is a cure. This is a fight that reminds everyone why boxing is still the most dangerous and beautiful sport in the world.
In a once-in-a-lifetime event. I put my money where my mouth is and I don't want to smile, just allow me.
Critics love to doubt Crawford. They say, he's never faced someone like Canelo. He's biting off more than he can chew. But remember, they said the exact same thing before he fought Errol Spence. And what happened? Crawford didn't just win. He destroyed him. He turned a so-called super fight into a one-man showcase.